A very good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Yeah? Today is Tuesday, 7 September 2021. Yeah? We will be continuing from this book, The Essence of Infinite Meaning, teachings from the adapted verse of the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. We are at page 396. Yeah? So we will off the light and have our half an hour of awareness-based meditation before we continue. Okay, I will set the alarm. So just silence your mind, relax, maintain awareness, and stabilize the awareness nature within. Let the mind slow down and settle down and stay with the silent mind to establish the awareness within so that you are just aware. That's it. Aware, finish. Aware, finish. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to know. Just let things be. Relax. Maintain awareness. Let the awareness stabilize. Then use it to understand things, to meditate, to develop the understanding. Okay, you can slowly, mindfully come out of meditation. The second merit is inconceivable. So this is based on the title, chapter 3, Sutra Infinite Meaning, the 10 merits. So we are now at the second merit. The second merit is inconceivable. One Dhamma can give rise to thousands and millions of meanings. Thousands and millions can repeatedly give rise to more, thus continuing in a way on to infinite meanings. By fully grasping one principle, we can grasp 10,000. By taking in a single teaching, we can take in 10,000. We diligently read and study each word and each line to understand infinite wondrous and subtle principles. In the first merits, we are taught to cultivate the 4 infinite mind and the 6 paramitas. This is an overview. In the following merits, we will analyze more deeply the principle of this sutra. The Buddha repeatedly returns to the world to give teachings, hoping to awaken everyone's enlightened nature. In order to adapt to sentient beings' varying capacities, he devised infinite skillful means from the fountain of the ultimate reality of the one Dhamma. Yet this ultimate reality is singular. Infinite skillful means all return to the one Dhamma, which is the true Dhamma realized by the Buddha. This is the true nature hidden within everyone's heart. So we must bear in mind this. Within our heart, each and every one of us, there is this true nature hidden within. That's why when we meditate, the first thing we should realize is our true mind, silent mind. Then stabilize it to awaken it so that we can truly realize our true nature within. And this nature, you have to have the form and mind to come to this existential world before we can develop the understanding of it. Because without the form and mind, there is no way you can connect to that true nature. That's why the uniqueness of the true nature is every life, every segmented life or every living being. You need a vehicle and a tool karmically conditioned for you to arise. And it's only from this form and mind that you can connect to your true nature, where there is a gateway to realize it, to actually connect to it. And this gateway is within your heart area. For us human beings, it's also within our heart area. But that point can move. For most living beings, it is around your heart center there, towards your left, maybe very between 1 or 2 inches away. But when you meditate and silence your mind, until your mind enters sati, then it will detect the gateway on its own. Because that gateway can only be detected by the silent mind, the silent inner awareness nature. And that one, without thought, it will detect it. The moment you detect it, a lot of things will happen. Whatever that you have already developed within the form and mind externally, the yin-yang energy, the duality, whatever. When you detect the gateway, it will like flow in. Then later on, you will come to know it melt inside actually. When it detects the gateway through trust, our false support, it will move by itself. And because it is already intelligent, whatever that go through that gateway into the nature become pure energy. Pure energy. All the yin-yang imbalance energy, they will become balanced, pure energy. And that one will actually activate our nature, open up our form and mind, then let you develop the transformation from within. That one is the movement from the inner nature. And to do that, we need to trust that nature to do no interference from the thought. If you still move to the thought or the mundane mind, then you cannot touch it. You cannot realize it. That's the uniqueness of it. So this nature is not easy to detect. You must be a cultivator of the way. You must have faith. You must develop your meditative stability of the silent mind until finally when you are able to detect it, then stabilize it to illuminate that nature. When you can illuminate that nature, is you are very, very stable. You know what that thing is and you can be with that nature all the time. Then later on, as you meditate, as you transform, a lot of things will happen. Then when the energy has reached that very fine vibration, which is the pure energy, pure mind, energy vibration, which is very, very fine, then during that time, the mundane mind, which is too gross to withstand that nature's supramundane pure energy, will start to collapse. It starts to collapse. And when your mundane mind collapses, that whole nature shine forth. There is nothing to cloud that nature anymore. Early on, before the mundane mind collapse, the mundane mind is like a smoke screen. That is the one that deceive you, delude you, distract you. That is the one that create illusion in you. That stir, that create the emotion, the mood, the wrong perception, the views, the opinion, the conditioning, and all of memories accumulation. Because you mistaken the mundane mind for your true mind. And you believe that thought is what you are. That emotion is what you are. the bundle of memories, views, and opinion and conditioning is what you are. That is what Sakaya Ditti is. Self-delusion. And that is the one that trigger of attachment, craving, clinging, grasping, the cause of suffering. So this teaching is very powerful, very, very profound. You need to realize that true mind to understand it. When you have the ultimate understanding, that wisdom will liberate the mundane mind. The mundane mind realizes itself and ceases. When the mundane mind ceases, the true mind surfaces. Actually, the true mind was always there, but because you deludedly grasp onto the mundane mind, you cannot be aware. You cannot be with the true mind. Like I always said, our mind can only do one thing at a time. Either you are aware without thought, with the true mind, awareness nature, or you are lost in thought, thinking, preoccupied with what you think, reaction of mind, stirring of mind, activity of mind. So that is heedless living, heedless thinking. That is delusion. Whereas the heedful never die means the heedful are ever mindful, constantly meditative, all the time aware with the true mind. So this is added understanding for those who have already developed the meditation, so that you can understand. This one is not described in the book, not explained in this book. This one, the book just say, there is this true nature hidden within each and everyone's heart. The infinite meaning, Sutra of infinite meaning, reveal to you that there is this true nature, or our Buddha nature within each and every one of us, within our heart. But what is that? They have not described. So unless you meditate, you cannot understand. Okay, now I will read on. So ultimate reality is singular. It is everyone's true nature. That's why from that nature, which is the source, everything arises. But one is infinity. A person's true nature, under the influence of external condition, creates karma. External condition means external sense experience, external sense data that come into contact with your senses. So upon contact with the consciousness, you become conscious. Conscious of what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactily feel and think. This is how you function as a human being, the sixth sense door. If you meditate, if you are aware, you can see all this, you can understand all this. But if you don't meditate correctly with the awareness, you cannot understand. So what the Sutra says is very true. A person's true nature, under the influence of external sense data or condition, creates karma. What is karma? Karma is mental volition, conditioning, cause and effect. That's why we call it the mental causation. Means it must have mental intention. It's not just the nature's law of cause and effect. It involves the mental intention part, which is the moral aspect of that thought process. If your mental intention has the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion, then that will condition evil karma, negativity of karma. But if it's a pure thought, free of the evil roots of greed, hatred, and the delusion, then it is wholesome karma. It is virtue. That one is very wholesome. That one is very meritorious. So that is what karma is all about, moral causation. So I read this part again. A person's true nature under the influence of external condition creates karma that give rise to all the good and evil, means karmic conditioning. We call it the moral causation. When sentient beings' minds are covered by ignorance or clouded by ignorance, they are easily affected by negative influence. Therefore, the Buddha repeatedly comes to the world to guide everyone, hoping that we can also awaken to the principle that infinity is one, and thus eliminate this negative habitual tendency and return to our mind's pure nature. That's why you have to return to your pure mind, your true nature within. If you cannot return, you cannot know who you are, what you are. You cannot realize your potential. You cannot awaken. You cannot insight into phenomena. You cannot meditate. You cannot become enlightened. That's why it's so important for the cultivator of the way to realize their true mind, their silent mind, the meditative mind, and the inner nature. The three thresholds, or what we call the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha are also within our mind. Everyone is equal to the Buddha with limitless potential and ability, because every one of us has this Buddha nature within. Therefore, the adapted verse of the Sutra of Infinite Meaning states, the second merit is inconceivable. One Dhamma can give rise to thousands and millions of meaning. Thousands and millions can repeatedly give rise to more. Thus, continuing in this way on to infinite meaning. That's how the title of the sutra come about. This tells us that if we awaken to the Dhamma that is inherently within all of us, our true nature can continue to give rise to infinite meaning. Just as the one Dhamma can give rise to infinite countless teaching, I often talk about actualizing the sixth perfection in my right section. The sixth perfection can actually be manifested in all kinds of subtle action. We must use many different methods to go among the people and transform them. When we encounter different type of people, what method should be used? What method should we use? The Sutra of Infinite Meaning mentions many methods. For example, for people who are greedy and miserly, we need to transform them with the practice of generosity or giving. Giving can also be divided into the giving of materialistic wealth, the gift of life, the gift of truth, and the gift of fearlessness. Thus, we can see that whatever type of people we encounter in the world, we can always find a suitable method to transform them. And within each method, there are many more specific means we can use. Because the Buddha worried that sentient beings could not understand how one Dhamma can give rise to thousands and millions of meaning, and thousands and millions can repeatedly give rise to more. He used the analogy of a seed, and millions can repeatedly give rise to more. He used the analogy of a seed to represent how one Dhamma gives rise to infinite teaching. A seed sprouts and grows into a tree, and the tree produces many fruits. Within the fruits are seeds that can be planted, which can sprout into countless saplings. This cycle can continue endlessly. Accordingly, one Dhamma can give rise to more, thus continuing in this way on to infinite meaning. Therefore, by fully grasping one principle, we could grasp 10,000. If we can fully understand one principle, we can understand any principle. After the Buddha attained enlightenment, he originally intended to immediately teach everyone the true Dhamma. that everyone's mind contained the inconceivable avatamsaka state. But ordinary people could not understand this. So the Buddha had to adapt the teaching to worldly matter and use skillful means to teach the truth. Because we humans tend to discriminate between the various things in the world, we give rise to discursive thinking or thought process, and our mind become afflicted. Then our mind goes astray, and we create karmic. Dragged by their karmic forces, people continue to transmigrate within the six rhyme, Liu Tao Lun Hui. In fact, the hell, hungry ghosts, and animal rhymes can also be seen in our world. Just by changing our perspective, our state of mind can be in the state of heaven or hell, or it can also be in a pure land. So by taking in a single teaching, we can take in 10,000. If we can embrace and fully accept one teaching, there is no Dhamma that we cannot accept. Then if we diligently read and study each word and each line, we can understand infinite, wondrous, and subtle principle. If we can read and comprehend every word and sentence in the Sutra or infinite meaning, and furthermore put them into practice, we will then understand the many true principles within them. Each time we realize a principle inside the Sutra, it is as if the whole Sutra is explained to us again. This one is very true, because they evolve around the same principles. So if we can diligently chant the words of the Sutra, apply them to our mind and realize them in our daily living, then every movement we make and every word we say will be an expression of the Dhamma. If we can take the Dhamma to heart, then naturally we will understand infinite, wondrous, and subtle principles. So this is very beautiful, but don't worry if you feel that it's so difficult to understand, because this one is really not easy to comprehend. So you will be hearing a lot of one Dhamma give rise to infinite understanding, one understand all. So make a lot of people feel very strange, very curious. How can it be? But the Dhamma is such. When you understand the truth, you awaken to all. That is what truth is. Truth can explain the reality. And the reality is what is. Understanding causes and conditions. Understanding creation. Understanding what the true nature is, the true mind is, the unconditioned. Then understanding what the mundane mind is, the one that is subject to karma, the one that is evolving life after life. Then you have the conditioned world, the conditioned Dhamma, the reality of life and existence. Then you have their universal characteristics. All these are in the teaching. That's why it's just that teaching. Or essentially, it's the Four Noble Truth. Spin off from there. Everything arises from there. That's why I said, to be a Sama Sambuddha is not easy. You need the training, the perfection. But when they become Sama Sambuddha, they can summarize all of their understanding and truth into just four beautiful, simple, noble truth. That's why the Four Noble Truth. They are not ordinary truth. They are noble truth that can make living beings noble ones or enlightened ones. So this is the uniqueness of the Buddha's teaching. This is the uniqueness of the one Dhamma. When you penetrate the one Dhamma, you penetrate all truth. The understanding will be there. No more delusion. Even at the Arahant level, there is already no more ignorance. Everything can be understood clearly. Everything is dependent, originating, condition, arising, causal phenomena, no reality, empty, non-self, not what you think. Not only should we continue to take the Buddha's teaching into our heart so that we are able to reap their endless fruits, we must then also sow this seed into the mind of others so that there will be a Bodhi sampling everywhere, and the field of merits and virtue will continue to expand. So long as there are people willing to shoulder the mission of spreading Buddha's teaching, the Dhamma can continue to be passed on and spread into every corner of the world. In South Africa, there were only a few Taiwanese Tzu volunteers at the beginning. Not only did they have to find a way to earn a living, they also wished to advance the Dhamma there. I often say, when we have formed aspiration, we will be blessed. When we have made vows, we will have the strength. Those Tzu volunteers work hard to cultivate this seed year after year, and this power of love had now spread across the vast land of South Africa. Gladys was the first seed planted. As the first native South African volunteer, she remained to this day a major source of strength in spreading great love throughout the local community. Gladys has had a difficult life. She married a husband who had many affairs and did not take care of the family. Every time he came home, he asked for money and then left. Gladys' heart was filled with anger and hatred, especially after her husband's mistress manipulated him into setting fire to Gladys' house. Every kind of afflictive emotion was present in Gladys' heart. Once they were notified about her situation, Tzu volunteers went to visit her. They comforted her and kept her company and helped her to experience the comfort of genuine love. Because she approved of Tzu's idea, Gladys actively started to help Tzu volunteers. She knew Tzu provided long-term aid to the local Zulu people. But due to the language barrier, it was often difficult for the volunteers to provide care and assistance. So she volunteered to translate for them. Through the process of translating, she heard the Dhamma and took it to heart, awakening her wisdom. From then on, she resolved to devote herself to Tzu. Not only was she among the first group of South African volunteers to be certified as Tzu Commissioner in 2006, she has also brought many local Zulu people to volunteer with Tzu. Because Gladys took the Dhamma to heart, she was able to transform her hatred into great love and nurture a seed of goodness in her mind. This seed then continued to give rise to infinite meaning. That is how love can spread around the world. So this is a beautiful story of a South African lady who has gone through misery in life and finally encountered the Dhamma, developed the faith to actually transform herself and give back her life. Okay, we will read on the next adapted verse. With steady minds, advance and do not retreat. So this is a very important advice. With steady mind, advance and do not retreat. Establish a firm resolve and follow virtuous friends. See, avoid the foolish, heedless. Follow the wise and virtuous friends. The virtuous friends are wise people. Otherwise, there is no virtue in them. Then all action and speech will ultimately not be false. Always be respectful, and this is very important. Respectful of others lowers our ego, will not get us into delusion and entanglement. Do not go against the meaning of the sutra. Train the mind to have deep wisdom, accept the teaching, and do not lose it or lose them. Focus wholeheartedly and do not allow your mind to be scattered. We read the notes. Footnote 50. See the chapter on common names in the Bodhisattva's jewel necklace sutra. Oh, okay. Okay, then we will read the commentaries. So do not allow your mind to be scattered. Scattered means without awareness, heedless, lost in thought. Forming an aspiration and making a vow is something that often happens in an instant. But to maintain it and with steady mind, advance and not retreat is not an easy matter. So this one is very important. Easy to make aspiration and vows. Because in the spur of the moment, a lot of people can do it. That's why the sutra say, often happens in an instant. But to maintain it with understanding and faith, then with a steady mind, means persevere, advance and not retreat. It's not an easy thing to do. So I often say, seize the present moment and sustain your aspiration forever. If we can hold on to this thought and always apply it in our action, our spiritual aspiration will not disperse or regress, which is very true. If you take your vows seriously, this is what you're supposed to do every moment, every instant. The vow is very, very strong in you, and it reminds you of what you have taken. And this is what you want to do. That's why you walk the path of the Bodhisattva, to do the work of a Bodhisattva, to fulfill your 4 basic vows and whatever miscellaneous vow that you have come to understand and develop. Then you must have all the perfection, virtue, wisdom, and understanding to support you. So all these are part and parcel of the cultivation. So these are very important understanding. That's why this Sutra of Infinite Meaning is a very powerful sutra. We read on. However, the mind of ordinary people are constantly fluctuating. We are led by our habitual tendency and our moods or emotion. Here they use the word tempest, which is also okay. Neither our habits or tempers are things that can be seen or touched, yet they still influence us or condition us. Some people are quite kind by nature, but their habitual tendency causes them to lose their temper. So their original good intention do not manifest in their action. That's why do not get angry, do not become emotional, do not become fearful and unhappy. So my advice to all Kayamita you can recall is, whatever happened, do not panic, do not worry. Calm yourself down, have clarity of mind to accept the reality of the moment. Then with that clear mind, develop the Dhamma understanding to act, to move, to resolve everything amicably through applying the Dhamma, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. I will read on. Their temples prevent their interaction with other people from going on smoothly. As one Qingsi aphorism states, when a bad temper and a foul mouth, with a bad temper and a foul mouth, No matter how good our heart is, we cannot call ourselves a good person. So this one is very straightforward and obvious. But if you have a good heart, you will not have this type of temper and a foul mouth. So all this, I think they are connected. So if you don't have this bad temper and a foul mouth, means you have developed your cultivation correctly. In our spiritual practice, we seek to transform ourselves and others. If we refuse to change our habitual tendencies so that we can treat people with kindness, no one will know that you have a good heart, and no one will be inclined to listen to us. Therefore, we must also be very careful when we speak. For example, when a very powerful person speaks, his words are very influential. If that person says the wrong thing, it can cause instability and unease in society and unrest among the people. Even when ordinary citizens speak, they influence the people around them. Because everyone has an influence on what happens in the world. We all need to appreciate our own power. We must believe that we have unlimited potential and ability. So for society to be at peace and the world to be free of disaster, we must start by becoming reverent and vigilant individuals. That's why the individual must change. Go back. The last word is this. Okay. This is just as the Buddha said, everyone has a Buddha nature. The Buddha could influence everyone in the world, and we can likewise influence everyone in the world. To influence others in a positive way, we must establish a firm resolve and follow virtuous friend. When Tzu Chi monthly was first published, the author invited her teacher, Dhamma Master Yin Sun, to write a short essay, one phrase from that article, following the footsteps of great being. So that was the statement. Is something that I have kept in my heart ever since. So this is a very beautiful message. Follow the footsteps of great beings. Great beings are bodhisattvas, and great beings are virtuous friends. In fact, these friends are found in the world all around us. Since we have all aspired to be living bodhisattvas, when we deal with people and matter, we must choose to emulate the good qualities we see. If people act properly, inspire others, and engender respect, they are our virtuous friends, and we must learn from them. Then all action and speech will ultimately not be false. So this is a very natural consequence. When we engage in spiritual practice in this world, we need to have the Buddha in our heart and the Dhamma in our action. So this is a very useful understanding. You must have the Buddha's quality in your heart and the Dhamma in everything you do. Means you act the Dhamma way. In our daily living, we cannot be false in our actions or speech. When we speak, we must be tactful. The word should be tactful, not only careful, tactful. If a single sentence can help us create good karmic condition or connection with others, or is useful to others, it is the Dhamma. If it does not help us create good karmic connection, it will easily give rise to conflict. We hope to be able to have self-respect in all we say. Then everything we say can be a teaching for others. We must diligently cultivate mastery over ourselves so that we can manifest this kind of power By saying wholesome things, we can influence people and guide them in a proper direction. Likewise, by saying unwholesome things, we can lead them astray. Therefore, we must be tactful. So, heedfulness will lead to tactfulness. In our every thought at all times, we must have a sense of respect. We must always be respectful and not go against the meaning of the Sutra. In addition to respecting the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, we must also respect virtuous friends and all sentient beings in the world. Only when we constantly maintain this respect in our heart will we be certain to not act carelessly and form negative karmic connection with other people. We must also follow the teachings of the Sutra, means have the embodiment of the Noble Eightfold Path. I often say the Sutra are a path. This path is a road to walk on. So in our daily living, every step we take must be firm and steady. The moment we deviate from this course, means the Dhamma way, we will be easily influenced by our surroundings. Discursive thought may arise, causing us to create negativity of karma. If we go against the meaning of the sutra, in this way, we have turned our back on the Buddha's teaching. So this is very beautiful and very important. In order to train the mind to develop wisdom, we need to allow the Buddha's teaching to constantly permeate our mind as we deal with people and matter in our life. So this statement is very beautiful, and you all have to read to understand it clearly so that you know how to cultivate. I read again, you pay attention. In order to train the mind to develop deep wisdom. So how can you train the mind to develop deep wisdom? According to the Sutra, you need to allow the Buddha's teaching. What is the Buddha's teaching? The Four Noble Truths, the essential Dhamma that spin off from that. That is the Buddha's teaching. To constantly permeate our mind means constantly listening to the Dhamma, reflect on it, contemplate on it, and inquire into it. And you do all this as you deal with people and matters when you live your life. That's why life itself is our greatest teacher. Daily mindfulness, life itself is the cultivation. They call it the way place where you cultivate. Or in the Mahayana term, I think they have a word for it. Something like mandala or what? I cannot recall. Your Bodhi mandala. Bodhi is wisdom. Mandala is the place you cultivate. So life itself is our greatest teacher. That is where we apply our cultivation. So I read the whole sentence again. Maybe you can have a better understanding. In order to train the mind to have deep wisdom, we need to allow the Buddha's teaching to constantly permeate our mind as we deal with people and matters in our life. In this way, we can deeply instill wisdom in our mind. If we often act out of our negative habitual tendency when we deal with people, not only will we easily hurt others, we will also damage our own wisdom life. When we hear the Buddha Dharma, we must take it into our heart in order to eliminate our negative habitual tendency. We must also aspire and vow to go among people and contribute to the best of our ability. Only by cultivating the four infinite mind and practicing the six paramita of perfection can we hold on to the wisdom we have gained through spiritual cultivation. This is how we can accept the teaching and not lose them. So the four Brahma Vihara and the six paramitas are very important. And after that, the one Dhamma is to realize your true mind, your true nature. I will read on. If we can always focus wholeheartedly and not allow our mind to be scattered, then we will naturally experience how a mind that is focused wholeheartedly is the mind of a Buddha. So this one is very beautiful. I will read the next adapted verse because this one is very important and very interesting, so that you can go back and read up yourself first before the next sharing. Wanting to diligently learn from awakened sentient beings, we develop bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is very important. Bodhi is enlightenment. Chitta is mind. So the mind of an enlightened being means enlightened thought, bodhicitta. So wanting to diligently learn from awakened sentient beings, we must develop bodhicitta. We must plant the seed of bodhi to arise the enlightenment thought to go this way. Having compassion for and wanting to benefit sentient beings, we also develop bodhicitta. Wanting right Dhamma to forever abide in this world, bodhisattvas develop bodhicitta. So this shows to us how important bodhicitta is, the enlightenment thought, to go this way. Seeing sentient beings endure all kinds of suffering in the era of decay, we develop the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is very important. So this enlightenment thought, bear in mind, develop it, plant it, nurture it, so that is always with you, the bodhi mind. Means the mind that seek bodhi, enlightenment, understanding, wisdom, perfection, cultivation. The bodhicitta is the basis of all cultivators, especially the great beings, the bodhisattvas. Okay, with that, we will have our second session, which is meditation reporting. And also, whatever question you may have, you can ask.
Brother Teo,
yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Share about my work lah.
Can, no problem. Yeah.
Even
your work or your Tzu Chi experience or whatever.
Actually, like my work lah, I think. Yes. Because lately, I think we are also locked down for almost 3 months.
Yeah. Not easy.
For me, I'm okay lah, because I still have my things to do. But when the clients, how to say, try to push me a lot, I got the how to say, uneasy feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Uneasy because as what we have to follow the SOP.
Yeah.
We have to get the nitty letter.
Yeah, you cannot simply do things. Yes. That one is very important. Don't play a fool. Well, you violate the thing, can be summoned, and there can be
summoned, and then Brother Teo is not cheap, you know.
Very expensive. Yes.
Some of them they are fined 12,000. Some of them 5,000. So some of these clients, they are not very understanding. I already explained to them. I say it's not that we don't want to work. We have to follow the SOP.
SOP, yes.
So they keep pressing.
Never mind, because we have to tell them this is the new normal. And they ask around, they will know.
Actually, the client know because he is in business line.
Then they will know. They will know because in the construction, yes, in the construction industry, everybody now know because they have too much of this red tape, so they need approval for everything. So it creates a lot of problem too. But at the same time, without all this, you cannot regulate. So a lot of things get out of hand. So it's the better of the two evil. So we need to really endure whatever that has been agreed upon. So you have to be patient to advise your client and to talk to them nicely. Because I also came to know this because I have one tenant. He also told me, he said, Mr. Teo, he said, the rental, can I pay you later? I said, no problem. What is the problem? He said, like what you mentioned, he said, now with the MCO earlier on and the EMCO, very difficult to get MITI approval to do work. He said, so without work, no payment. So whatever work they have for their earlier approval, at least they can collect some money. So they say when he received those payment, he will pay me the rental 2 months, one shot. I said, no problem, take your time. In fact, I reduced some amount of the rental to him also. So he was very happy. So because of that, I came to understand that a lot of things you need to follow the new procedure, the new normal, because they also, luckily, they have this CIDB. CIDB is their association for, I think, construction company.
Regulation.
Regulation. Yeah, the regulatory department. And this department help the members a lot. They help you to get the understanding of the procedure and how to apply and all those things. And which are the department in control? But I was told sometimes a lot of retail involved too many departments. Even that David Song also try to share something. He tried to explain to the client that a requirement is outside the scope of what he do, but his client keep on insisting that he doesn't understand. He wants Song to talk to the boss. Then Song, after he has developed the understanding of the Dhamma, he don't want to argue with him because no point trying to be right. No point trying to be right. So finally, he like consented. He said, okay, I will check with my boss. But the answer is the same because he thought Song doesn't understand. But some people, because they actually frustrated already because a lot of procedure.
Actually, the client frustrated lah. He mentioned,
so,
he said, my deposit is already with you. I said yes, but we also want to work. It's not that we don't want to work.
But you cannot go against the rule. Yeah, that one is very important. Like you go and buy thing now, you must check in. Then there is a checkout button. You have to check out too, so that they know how long you are there. Then anything, now they have more accurate data to actually close contact and all those things. So some of these updated SOP and changes, they are useful.
Very true. Especially the My Sejahtera now already updated to the latest one.
Updated.
So useful, and then it's a very advanced technology also.
It has evolved. That's why you need a good minister. If the minister also 6:30 on, then nothing get updated. Every time got problem, people just go after them. Then they don't know what to do. They give contradicting reporting and all those things. But at least now you see the changes to My Sejahtera, and now they are doing things in a more systematic manner. And things hopefully can improve.
But after
yes.
deep contemplation,
yeah.
I just sometimes I just text her to say that once our worker got vaccinated after 2 weeks, we'll keep her update.
Yeah.
I think she also knew that she is very pushy, towards me. Then she apologized to me. She said, Christina, so sorry, because I think I also push you a lot. Because I think they will understand because
definitely.
keep asking from June after 2 weeks, then ask again. I think it's between my control, so I don't know when will open for work also.
Yes. Only recently, I think they started to have more leeway to let more sector to actually come back, so that the economic activity of a lot of this construction activity will not die. Otherwise, a lot of them will close up.
Yes. Actually, we felt for the boss also. Actually, the boss is my brother also. I can know because you see, we cannot work, we cannot produce things, and then we need to pay for the
worker. The rental, the overhead, the utility, the whatever that you need to sustain the running of the office. Is not cheap. All this means involve money, and for a contractor, you don't have your work to give you the cash flow. It's not easy to sustain. But at least you all still have your job in hand. You still can have your activities, so not so bad.
At least we are blessed because the factory is my brother's own factory. At least something that we don't, the overhead is not so high.
Not that high, not that exorbitant. Yes.
We are still counting our blessing, actually.
Sadhu. Nice to hear that.
But to be frank, I wanted to explain is if let's say we do we have a understanding about our cultivation, I find that whatever things that outside trying to throw to us,
you can manage.
Don't react to it.
You
the
can
moment
manage.
We react, actually when I trying to reply her, I can felt my my agitation.
Your unhappiness inside. This is the awareness that is aware. So the awareness that is aware will start to see the form and mind's habitual tendency. That is what our conditioning is. Our mind had this conditioning that we have developed over a long period. So it will still come out because it is a habitual thing. And last time, before we know the Dhamma, we tend to be selfish. That's why we are more emotional, reactive, and easily stir, unhappy. But now, with your awareness, you can see, like your case is very good example, because you know you have changed. Because at least now you doesn't get yourself heedlessly reactive until you allow the emotion.
Like those years, the client will get very angry.
They end up misunderstanding, argument, and everything leads to negativity. That's why this Sutra of infinite meaning is very good. It arises a single wrong thought. All of your so-called goodness is gone. The cultivation is gone. But when we have patience, understanding, virtue, Dhamma, we persevere. Then we arise the appropriate right understanding to approach a situation following Dhamma way, which is Noble Eightfold Path. Then like your case, at least now with the understanding of the cultivation, you can take whatever people throw to you or hit out to you. because at least now you have the understanding, although you can still see the habitual tendency wants to surface, but it's so different already, because with the understanding you have more clarity, then you can make yourself at peace, then you know how to act. Acting according to Dhamma way with understanding is very important. Last time you act according to conditioning, memory, reactive, now no more. So this one actually change your life, change your karmic conditioning, and you will tend to be more lucky, more blessed. That's why you say thank your good condition and all those things, and good blessing. So these are the result of the Dhamma, the cultivation. That's why I say whatever happen, don't panic, don't get angry, don't be reactive. Then you can resolve it. Be at peace, accept the reality first, then reflect, contemplate, then act. Act with Dhamma, act with Noble Eightfold Path to resolve things amicably. So sometimes the word you use is very important. If you really make a mistake, we sincerely apologize. Very sorry, really. Must apologize, 1,000 apologies. And people feel good. Yeah, you acknowledge it, then and tell them, because of whatever that arise, I really need to let you understand that now we have to revise the program a bit. We have to wait for all this red tape or approval to come through. But don't worry, you have to assure them we are working hard on it. We are liaising with CIDB and all those things. And like Song's case also same. They refer to their own association, the guilds and society, then they will guide them. Their committee or their association will have the liaison with the committee and all those things. So in that sense, our more established type of the association come in and help a lot. At least we have all those things in place. Yeah, which is very good. Yeah, you can continue, Christina.
Yeah, Brother Theo, one more thing is your teaching keep reminding us only wisdom free us.
Yeah, that
like
one very important.
Sui send out the thing, I think it's so useful. I'm so rejoiced. Listening, keep repeating.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
No concept. So all this we have to implant into our mind.
To apply it in real life.
We never implant it. I think it's not easy to.
Not easy. Yeah, not easy. Yes.
I'm so happy, and then thank you so much, Sumi, for the reminder. I think came in with the right time also. I have to keep listening, and then I send it to my family group. I tell my children, I say, y'all please listen to this. This is very profound.
Yes, because she really contemplate and reflect on how she act and how she was conditioned into all this. That's why he said there can be other way to look at things, to perceive things, to understand things. So from there, she starts to change. And when she changed her perception of things, she realized things become more amicable, more like conducive, and help resolve a lot of issues. Maybe I let Sui comment a bit. You don't want to comment? Yeah, you say if you all can learn this very good. Sadhu to you. My nature rejoice. Christina. Yeah, all these are very useful sharing. And if you listen to it again and again, like a lot of Kayanimita told me, even Brother Song and other Kayanimita, the meaning stand out. The deep message stand out. And now with the transcript, those that they have done, I have received quite a bit of them. So I'm in the midst of finishing them already. Recently, I sent out one through the Google group, the Micah Emitter. That one is also very useful. I think about mind enters sati, or something to do with sati, which is very useful. Then there are a few more coming out, which are very good. So I will wait for the rest to come in. There is the whole talk. So I have to sequence them, then put them on one document. Then after that, I send it out. Then I think Brother Teo and Pamasri will help me to do the what they call content page and all those things, and prepare for printing, so that we can have it develop into a transcript book. Yeah, sadhu to all these people. Anything else?
Sister Sui want to say something? Is it?
No, she said no.
Oh no. I think that's about all. I really much appreciate and thankful to Brother Teo for the teaching, for the reminder, and then to all the transcript. I mean the reminder, the short video there. Sometimes
very important.
It's very timely for us.
Timely and useful.
Yes, for us as a reminder.
Keep on like
for me to perfect my cultivation.
Very good
to you. I agree with Christina. We really benefited a lot from what Brother Teo has guided us of systematic things. In fact, I also feel that, like Christina said, really wisdom free us.
Nothing else except wisdom. Yes. That's why you must have right understanding.
And then our protection is our
virtue. Your virtue. Nothing else. That's why be good and have goodness. Develop virtue and you will be blessed.
No, recently one of my client sisters.
One of your what?
My client sister involved in a bank scandal, quite a big sum, you know.
What happened?
Be careful with foreign bank, especially. She has FD maturing, I think last month. But just before that, somehow the bank, she don't do internet banking one. But somehow they create internet banking, and then they also like create something like, because I received that before also from Hong Kong Bank, like somebody use your card and ask you to call a number, and she went and called the number. And the two group, one acted as a Bukit Aman people, one as a from Dang Meng, they act like they want to help her, no, but lead her to go and open account and transfer big chunk out of her money. Go and open.
That one is a scam. Scam. Yes.
Scam.
And because the police also say already they won't call you, they won't do all these things. So all these are scam. So don't go and pick up all those calls.
What? She's educated, brother. She's retired, but she's not like totally what you call illiterate. No, she was manager before, but don't know how she can believe a stranger, and then I think there must be some charm or what.
Could be. But more important is when you are aware of like somebody's character not normal or what, even your own friend or customer or colleague or client, we need to at times alert them. Anything happened to you? How come you today doesn't look normal? Or sometimes, like you say, they are under charm or whatever. Sometimes they can hypnotize you and do certain thing to you where the mind is very weak. So they say a few words that actually created the hypnotism and all those things. So when they are under this, you have to alert them and wake them up. Otherwise, they will follow that thing. And a lot of cases.
The thing is, she didn't even discuss with the brother or any sibling, and she quietly go and follow.
Yeah, and this one happened many times already. Sometimes in the mall, people just like ask you to try something, then they already trick you in, and a lot of these things happen reported before. So once you see abnormal behavior, our own among our own, whether relative or family member or what, you have to confront them and alert them and talk to them because they don't know what is going on. Then they will sometimes argue with you because they want to go and do like the old lady. There was one I remember. He just want to withdraw money. Then the officer was very alert. He said, auntie, why you want to withdraw so much money? So she cannot answer. She just said, you just withdraw for me, don't ask questions. Then I think the officer notified the police. Luckily the police came. Then only after the police came, then the police get her in and question her. Then only she wake up. She said, I don't know, how come I'm here? I said,
That she is lucky. That means she has Guayan. That means she's
yeah.
American.
Because all these things depend on the officer. If the officer is alert, we have no reason for old lady to come and withdraw so much cash. You are not.
Furthermore, hers is auto renewal. I don't know how the bank going to create internet banking for her. No.
It's not the bank. Sometimes these people they trick you by telling you that sometimes they create a fictitious like account and tell you that you have this, then this money are illegal money, laundering money. Then they tell you now the police is after you. Bukit Aman, all those things. Then they create a lot of funny story. Then they like record the message and way to approach and scam people. They are very good at like creating fear and all those things. And sometimes a lot of business people, they also very difficult to explain their money. So if they think these people can help them, pay them off lah. That's it. But all kena scam. A lot of them kena scam. So whatever it is, go to the bank direct. Don't go and talk to all these people. You stand the risk of being scammed. Because all this, you cannot believe or trust them. If anything wrong, go to the bank. Like I told my wife, the bank now, if their system is so weak, the bank will close shop. So for the bank, if you go direct to the branch, it will clear up everything. So whatever it is, go direct to the bank. Then even internet nowadays is safe unless you either accidentally or without you knowing, deludedly, you go and give your OTP to people. Of course, that one is your own mistake. Then sometimes they can, I don't know, clone your phone or don't know what. That one I'm not sure. But
I received a few times. It's like they create like your card has been used certain amount.
Oh, that one is
ask you to verify.
That one you know is fake one scam. That's why you don't reply.
You
don't reply and you don't go and click on anything.
Because I know I don't have that. I don't use that card, so I don't use that bank card. So I just ignore.
But whatever it is, if the number you don't know one, off it or switch or block the number. Don't go and listen because a lot of scams around. So you have to be thankful, man. So your client, that one.
My client sister, quite a lot, no, Brazil. And some more she go and withdraw from the bank. Beside the bank transfer, some more they don't know, somehow lead her to go to open another account despite this current situation. Go and create another account just to bluff her that they are tracing. She has to do this so they can trace the culprit, like they're going to help her. Ayo. And
That's
she
why all
didn't
these are
tell her
scam.
brother until everything over.
Yeah. That's why a lot of these are scam. In fact, a lot of people kena already, but I don't know why the police and the MCMC cannot wipe this thing off. Yeah, all this can be traced. Can be traced. And it's quite easy to clean it out if they want to.
And she is one person, she don't do internet banking one. So that's why the friend said you should take up with the bank because it's not your nature to do internet banking. She never do in her life.
She can go and pick it out, but very likely there is no internet banking created. That one is all their scam. Is nothing was created. You go and open an account, you go and transfer money, nothing to do with the internet account. Understand? Huh? Means you are being scammed.
She withdraw certain amount, but certain amount is the bank do a online transfer from Hong Kong bank itself, and the half of it she go and withdraw out. She go and transfer to UOB. From UOB, it disappeared. Two bank involved now.
Anyway, she can trace and see what she can do, but they must report the case. The one is more important. So
yeah,
that
she has to go to police station or very traumatic for her.
Yeah. Because a lot of people who lack understanding and knowledge, out of fear, they can be scammed. All these people who scam people, they are very experienced, so they have a lot of experience. That's why they can talk their way to put fear
and
in
they tell
you.
her she must not tell anybody so that they can do the tracing.
All this is a standard phrase. But whatever it is, I already say, people whom you don't know, forget about it. Don't even talk to them and go to the bank. Straight away, go and check. Yeah, now even with the internet or whatever bank statement or what, you can see it's online. Everything is there. So I don't think the system is so weak. Unless, of course, you yourself allow something to become possible. So far, I still believe the banking system, after all these years of improvement, has become quite good. Quite good. In fact, most of the bank, I think they clean up their earlier on whatever weakness of their internet banking.
Because we are going on digital already. If they don't secure all these things already.
No. It's now very much better than last time because now the OTP, what they call one-time password, is very fast, very efficient. That one, they alert you straight away, and without that one, you cannot transact. So your phone has to be with you. Your phone. You have to keep the phone. The phone is
very important. You have to key in the OTP from your phone when you do transfer, online.
Yeah, because it only lasts for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, it's no more valid. So very unlikely, unless they can clone your phone, which I don't think so.
But hers is, she never do any online transfer, herself from the phone or whatever.
No, Stephanie, you listen. That is what she tell you. No use. Because if she has not replied and get herself involved, all this won't happen. Understand?
Yeah.
Because you go and panic and you go and follow the instruction and go and do all this. That's why in between, in between what she reviewed, she also cannot remember the OTP, everything. They would have told her, I need your OTP and all those things. Otherwise, we cannot move your money. Then you go and send it to them. Then sometimes they are very good, but not important, Stephanie. More important is be thankful Then all this, please remind your client, don't go and listen. I also told my wife to shut off that number. If you don't know, don't listen. If it's important, they will come back to you. If they know you, they will trace you. If you don't know that person, forget about it. No need to communicate.
I also tell a lot of friends say when you don't see the number familiar, don't answer nowadays many.
No, you just what they call delete it or block it. If it's important, they will know how to find you. Because you have your phone. If people know you, they will know how to contact you. Or through your friends, they will know how to contact you, even if they lost their phone or what. So forget about all these new people. Then my wife told me there is what you want to know who the caller is. There is an app where you can check on who call. Who call?
You have to download from the app there.
Yeah, who call? Then you will know the caller. If it's some funny guy, forget about it.
I always receive a number from Singapore. I say I don't have any friends or whatever. I can think of will call me.
Yeah, no need to answer.
No, I don't answer.
Block it. No, block it. Block it. Sometimes they send you funny thing. Block it. Just block it. Because too many of this.
I think in daily life we must discipline and then also have a clear mind and
yeah,
what do you call?
Yeah. Have you
must have faith and don't be calm and anything happen. Don't just
don't react, don't panic.
Don't react.
But what about your cultivation? Do you want to share a bit? Have you started or do anything?
My cultivation, I try to meditate early morning when I wake up. And I find if I start the day with meditation, wake up, at early time, then mind is fresher. So your day is more organized.
Yeah. That one also will help. You can also include a daily religious routine.
Even in my doing housework, you do it mindfully. You find things are so relaxed.
Correct. That one is useful. But do you have a daily religious routine where you keep on to it?
I do some chanting and meditate. Then I'll try to pick some of the Sutra or I like the short note that that one out from the book. I find it's very meaningful. Every word.
Correct. Yes. The quote, the unique quote.
The quote, direct. If you can really understand what
the unique quote
apply to daily life.
Yes.
And be applied.
Okay, I continue with my sharing.
Your previous sharing, yes, very good. Your previous sharing is very good. Yeah.
Okay, for the last few days, I diligently continue with my religious routine.
Sadhu. Very good.
Things are starting to change, Brazil.
Sadhu. Very good.
And the last few, in fact, today itself, when I was doing my morning chanting and all that, the same thing happened again, Brazil.
Sadhu.
at certain phrases, it hits me again. And the tears will come.
Deep inside your heart.
And how to say, today's energy was so strong, Brazil. So strong.
Sadhu.
It really moves me so long. I don't know what to do with myself.
Very good. No,
I just lift it.
Let it be. Accord and flow. Let it do whatever it is. You just trust that nature to do. It's helping you to open up your nature. because these are from the past, it will come. Then whatever nature's affinity that you have with the great being or whatever, they will actually come and help you and support you. That's why you will feel them. You will feel them. And just allow it to be.
Especially when I'm doing what do you call that? Sharing of merits.
That one, that time you
sharing
will feel
of merits. Wow.
Yes, very strong.
Yeah, even very strong, brother. Very strong.
Yeah. Last time Mimi also said.
When doing
the
the sharing of meta also. Wow, the meta one is so strong, Brazil.
Yeah,
it feels like when I'm sharing with all the people, the vibration was so strong that you literally feel that you are really sending the energy to all the people.
You can feel it radiating from your nature. Yes. Yeah. And you can sense them too. Yeah. Very strong. Very powerful. Very good. Sadhu. That's why.
Since since the last sharing, this very strange vibration at the back of the head, the top part, especially the left side. I don't know what is how to describe. It's like, you know, the ants crawling.
Yeah, I know.
It's been since that day, and now it's like spreading to the right side.
Wow, sadhu.
And then today it comes down to the bottom.
Wow, sadhu. Very good.
It's like moving around.
Yeah. Let it happen. That is trust. Let it move. Because that energy that activated your nature will start to move and create a lot of this happening. Then whatever it wants to activate and open, it will do. Because of your faith, your past affinity, and your past cultivation. So all this is going to help you, and it is going to create the condition for all this to manifest again. Sadhu to you. Very good.
Like if I just stay still, I can literally feel the whole body is vibrating.
Yes. Correct. Because you are very sensitive. That's why stay still means silent. The moment you're silent, that energy is very strong, and you will feel it. That all the movement you will understand. Sadhu.
Another thing is, brother, now I can do lying down meditation, which I've not been able to.
Once that one activate, your lying down meditation become very easy.
Yeah, it's like the whole body like becomes so still.
Yeah, very still.
Very still, and it's quite fast actually now.
Yes, very fast. You will settle down into that state very fast, and you will know what is the meaning of no thought. Straight away, you will know the tranquility, the stillness without thought at all. So that mind is no longer like the one that is very actively thinking, moving with the Sankara. No more. You straight away go in, it becomes still. Very good. Sadhu.
But like Brother says, in the end, it's wisdom that counts.
Yes, wisdom.
Whatever happens, I just let it be.
Yeah, sadhu. Very good.
I listen to the Dharma more often.
And that one will help you. Yeah, you will pick up a lot of things now that last time you cannot understand and don't pick up one. And the other thing that you must understand is, PJ, although you follow the instruction very well, like wisdom free, then the rest, like part of the way, just let it be. But what is happening is, for your case, because you went through all this, that transformation, that movement inside your nature, all this thing, is actually creating the conditioning for you to transform your mind so that your true mind can develop the understanding very fast without you knowing. Later on, you will come to know a lot of things. Yeah. Because the understanding is already there because your mind has transformed. Like now you can do the lying down meditation. You will know what this thing is, that nature, that silent mind, that true mind. Then the awareness nature inside there. Once you stabilize that, then you let it move like what is happening. That's why your last 2 months of the religious routine and the Bodhisattva vow help you a lot. It created the condition for you to inherit. Then that sharing that day actually hit you. I forgot that you told us that
The
that
word
sharing.
resolve.
Yes.
The word resolve.
Yes. The resolve. Yeah, resolve. That one very strong. Then it come back to you because you have this character, this life. You very strong mind.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
very strong-minded, Virgil.
Yes, and
I
you
I
you
really,
can you can really determine on
yeah,
even good and bad. No, when
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
when you scold people also same one. You know, I saw it in Wat Nalong.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stephanie kena from not Stephanie.
No, Polian.
Julian kena from you left and right. Oh, that time I saw it. Then I knew. That's why I silent. But I didn't share this until when you are ready.
Yeah,
All these are very beautiful. That's why it's from your past. My nature can see and know. That's why when you describe all this, I know it come back from your past. And that is your asset now. Yeah, after you know your Dhamma, that is your asset because you have that very strong thing. When I was young, I also, my mind very strong. I very determined. When I want to do something, nobody can stop me. That's why my adhittana very strong. When I make that aspiration or that vow, it really go in. That's why all this is part and parcel of cultivation. Then your affinity with all the other great beings also help. That's why all the aspiration, the chanting, all this will actually create the causes and condition for you to move. And your movement is different from normal cultivator because it is from your strong nature that has this ability to actually activate and go into the nature where that resolve penetrate with the faith and the understanding. Then it inherit and it come back, then it move very fast. So for your case, you will understand things on your own very fast. Then you will progress very fast. That's why now you like to listen to the sharing. And the sharing, I already told you, predict to you, you will pick up a lot of things that last time you cannot understand. The final detail about the cultivation, the practices. Then you will be like earlier on pushing after the nature open up. He start to understand all my sharing and my words. And a lot of the Dhamma becomes so beautiful, so meaningful. So, sadhu to you, huh? Easy. So be patient, persevere, and just do. Don't be complacent. Then all this will continue to progress and manifest. Then the next retreat will become very, very beautiful. My nature still have this feeling that the next retreat, a lot of Kayamita is going to transform and move and become very different.
today I think it's a new moon day, right, Virgil?
Yes, Toya, yeah.
So today, when I saw the posting in one of the groups, I thought,
Yes.
oh, today I must, how to say, light my candle because
Sadhu, the author, all those
I
things.
stay in the condo. I try not to use so much candle because
Yes.
I feel that not good ventilation.
Correct.
So today I do more chanting and all that just to mark the day. So I think that that itself make a lot of difference,
Yes.
especially when I do the sharing of merits.
Yeah. You will know when you do the transfer merit and sharing of merit. Very powerful.
Yeah,
And the metta also, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Then
right.
when I bow also it's like absolute reverence,
Yes, because the mindfulness, the mindfulness is continuous. And your mind is completely silent. The reverence, and you will do it very well, very beautiful. Sadhu, very good.
When I listen to the sharing, especially, it's just like every sentence I can understand quite deeply.
Yes.
Not like those days when you listen, it's just like somebody talking.
Correct. Now the meaning is very clear to you. And you can understand it very deeply, not like before already. That's why I say all this will happen because of what happened to you, your nature, the movement, the transformation. And now, if from that nature, the true mind, you see things differently. You listen from there different again. You meditate from there. You repeat metta from there. You share merit from there. That nature open up stronger, and you receive a lot of nature's energy, rejoicing and all those things. That's why now you become very sensitive. Sensitivity is the beginning of progress. A lot of things will happen when you become sensitive. Means your mindfulness, your awareness is from that nature, no more thought-based. Very beautiful. Sadhu,
much less thoughts.
Yeah, definitely much less thought. The clarity of mind, the awareness is there. Because once that thing activate and move, you become different. You transform. The awareness like take over and become more and more strong. It's no more about the gross mundane mind thinking and all those things. It's no more knowledge anymore. Now it's from that nature you understand. Very beautiful, Sadhu.
When I do my daily chores, work and all that, I can feel a very strong presence.
The one is most important.
I'm totally in. Somehow you feel like I'm here. Not like
the awareness, the present. Yes, that like the awareness is aware, no longer lost in thought like last time. Oh, that present now, most important, most beautiful. That's what will happen to you because of what happened. Sadhu, and it's only about 2 months, based on what you described that time. Ever since
I have been diligently doing my
the religious routine and your bodhisattva vow. That's why things can really happen when you determine and do it.
Bro, I think it all started somewhere in June, beginning of June, when I was doing my meditation, and somehow I heard something again.
It's meant to be.
The journey starts now.
Oh, Sadhu, that is the message. Very important.
To me at that time is, what?
You may not understand, but now you understand when you recollect and recall. That message is very important. The journey start now.
Even then, I knew it was something, but I was thinking, what start? I am.
That time you use your thought.
Not even moving anywhere.
That time you use your thought. Your thought cannot understand one, but the nature inside know already. Then the message come. Now you must start. Like I received from Kuan Yin, 1986. Not much time left. You have to move fast. The word is fast. That's why after that, the guide come, the teacher come, the book come, everything come. Then I full-time cultivation. That everything happened. The daily mindfulness come within 2 weeks. Then I connect. Then I met all my teacher, my guide. Then the thing that I supposed to receive, I receive them. That's why after that, the Mahayana teaching come. Initially was a Theravada teaching, then the Mahayana teaching come. Then Shenhua arise, Mahayana teaching come. Then very funny, I can understand them. I never learned them this life, and but now I'm more English educator. But I can understand the Mandarin and all those things. Very strange. That's why it just happened. Very good. Vijay, sadhu to you. Yeah. So
all this I think is through the years. I already have my I would say indications that I meant to walk this path of Dharma.
Yes, you saw the sign. Yes, you saw the sign. You can sense it really.
It's just like my pilgrimage in India. I also received a message. And when I was in China for the sixth patriarch,
yes,
that one, that one.
Wow, that one actually helped you a lot.
That one was an eye opener. So,
eye opener. Yeah, the sixth patriarch was very beautiful. Yeah.
It makes me have faith, gratitude.
Yes. That's why you keep on coming after that. Attend the class and all those things.
When Brother Teo teach the sixth patriarch platform Sutra,
yes.
I always feel very happy, Brother Teo. I do not know the reason.
It is something familiar to your nature. That's why you will feel the joy and you will want to listen.
Yes.
That's why that day, you remember there was one day, Dr. Jayanta summarized 5 important points of my talk. Straight away, you saw there is a little bit of mistake. Then I also saw, that's why I replied. So when I reply, that question also come out. That's why I knew you had the understanding. Because straight away you know that what Dr. J written is not complete. But it's already very good for him to be able to pick up because he is still new to all this. But for him to pick up the important point, he really has the faith to listen now. And now he's really listening. He will improve very fast also if he spend more time. At the moment, I think he's still a lot of work to do. But he has changed a lot, Jayanta. The faith are different. The mind more calm. Not like last time, too tired. Not much time to learn the Dhamma. So now he tried his very best to attend. I have seen him attending many sessions recently. Today not around. It's okay. But he has improved. So sadhu to you, Vijay. Very good.
I can only say that Brother, not only do I wish to thank Brother Mrs. Steele, but also all the Kalamitas,
Yes. Okay.
They have been very encouraging to me.
Supportive also.
Especially those days when I feel that I am lacking so much in understanding.
Right.
It's like even like so many years of learning, I don't seem to like
progress.
Really know.
Sadhu. Especially you English educator and you don't know Mandarin. You completely blur. I remember when I asked anybody who doesn't understand Mandarin, straight away I saw your hand out. That's why I straight away take the opportunity to explain. And you learn very fast. You have your past. Very good. Sadhu. Anything else?
Brother, I just want to say to all Kalamitas, have faith and persevere.
Have faith and persevere. Yes.
The sincerity of heart in wanting to learn the Dhamma, I think that itself would help us a lot on our journey, our spiritual path. So to all, have faith. Thank you.
Sadhu. Let us rejoice. Sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu.
Brother Teo.
Who is it? Alicia, sadhu, 可以啊，你讲Alicia。
Brother Teo 没有，我只是想讲PG 的 sharing move me to tears， 我感觉到
很好啊。
对，我感觉到很开心。因为他的付出，他的 faith 啊，
是他的 sacrifice actually now fruiting，
对，
他全是因 connect 回了that's why 他 move 很快的。So 你 never estimate Kayamita when the time come they move very fast one. And this one is one of the very exceptional one. This one is something like last time song at this Wat Ma Chao there. After you heard the chanting, then inside there start to vibrate and move. This one is because of her faith and all those things. Then the message also come. Time to move, and when it move, it really move because they follow the instruction. Everything that I advise. That's why he just now mentioned the faith, the sincerity, and the perseverance. Then you determine and you go all out to cultivate. There will be a response and there will be a result. Then she also had this very strong understanding to come out with a daily religious routine. Then the Bodhisattva, that one transformed her. She become very dead serious. And every word like very strong when she chant them and recite them. And she has this ability to remember them without reading at the card after that. The whole thing become like part of her nature's understanding. That's why after that, she connect back very fast. Then when the word, the resolve, she recall her past because she has this very strong mind, even this life. And for those who are observant, they can see. And I saw it. That's why I told her, you can go both ways. And now it's all the way for the Dhamma. It's very beautiful. We are connected already. That's why he say, move fast. From now, move. So all these are very beautiful. 替他感恩啊。
对，感恩啊，感恩阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛，好啊，还有什么要讲？初一啊，年初一，
没有，就是我感觉到我们的凯尔米达一个一个的都 progress， 对，就是。
And it's a very good sign. That's why 我刚才讲。The next retreat, I tell you, a lot of things is going to happen. And a lot of Kayamita are ready. So this is next retreat. The way they listen, the way they hear, the way they meditate, and the way they move, very different. I tell you, the Sampao Si area, the whole of the great beings nature will rejoice. And a lot of things is going to happen. That's why it's very beautiful. Sadhu.
好 ，Brother， 感恩 Brother， 一直在我们还有 Mrs. Steele， 还有苏怡，还有大家所有凯阿米达的付出，我们真的是很感激大家。So 我真的这一生不枉此行了啦。
对，Sadhu。
晚安。
晚安。Thank you so much.